You're still tuned into the Power Station Energy 100. This is EconoChat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman, and we are talking about lower middle income. That is what the World Bank said, or that is the rating for Namibia as we stand now. This is from the World Bank. So, Mr. Daniel Steinman, can you, before we went on a break, you mentioned that you would break down the 1,200 to the 4,500 US dollars per capita.
Yes, let me do that. Elsaby, you're making the same mistake as all the other people. It is not a rating.
Okay.
It's a classification.
Reclassification.
Yeah, and there are only 4 categories. So we have to fit in somewhere. Do you?
No, I do get it.
Do you get your mind around that?
I do get it. Okay.
When the data
reclassification.
When the
Let me
data
correct
set
myself.
change, it is obvious that you will get a different value. The per capita value will come down. Why?
Yeah.
Because the population has gone up. That is what's been happening. So the data that the World Bank works with for Namibia has changed over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But no, I'd love to explain that that 1,200 US dollar, that translates to roughly about 22,000 Namibia dollar now.
Yeah.
This is the lower end. Below that, we would be low income. So we are lower middle income.
Yeah.
The 45,000 translate to about 85,000 Namibia dollar. Now, this is an annual income. And remember, I said earlier, it's an average. The whole thing about averages, and I can see you smiling, because what is an average? I mean, no two people are exactly the same. But in economics, to be able to crunch the numbers to get to values that you can sort of work with, you work with averages. And per capita income is a very typical average. But you can see from the very wide range of values from 20,000 to about 80,000 Namibia dollar, that how many averages do you have? If you earn 20,000 Namibia dollars now, it means that you earn less than $2,000 a month. It is not a good income. If you earn $80,000, it means that you earn about $8,000, $7,500 in a month, which is not a good salary, but it's also no longer breadline type income. I think a very large part of the population falls in that bracket, close to $7,500 a month income.
Yeah.
So can you see from translating it to local values that it is, I said meaningless, it is really meaningless. It's only got academic value. And it is only because there has to be a classification. If you go to upper middle income, this is from about 80,000 to 160,000 Namibia dollar in a year. If you earn 160,000 Namibia dollar in a year, you are no longer considered to be poor. You're definitely not rich, but you're not poor. And if you go high income, that is above $200,000. That is a decent income in local terms. Now you can ask me now, what is the top end of the bracket? There isn't one. It's an open-ended classification system. So low is from 0 to about 20,000. Then lower middle income, 20 to 80, as I've said. Then 80 to 160 or 180, and then above 200,000. This is very vague. What is the obvious shortcoming in all of this?
Yeah.
It is US dollar based, and when I translated it to Namibia dollar, you start seeing the ridiculousness of it. How can you compare the situation of somebody earning 20,000 a year to the situation of somebody earning 80,000 a year. It becomes incomparable. And that illustrates why I'm saying it's mostly academic. You know, so in the last part of our conversation, we can go look at what's the pros and the cons. What is good and what is bad in the reclassification for us. But in this more technical, analytical part, you can see I'm not exaggerating when I say it's meaningless. It's meaningless for the man or the woman in the street, you know, for the average Namibian.
Yeah.
And it is in a very big sense also meaningless in terms of policy. You cannot make the same policy for somebody who earns 20,000 in a year as what you would make for somebody who earns 80,000 in a year.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for that short break.